Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today we will discuss one problem from LeetCode which is known as all paths from source to target, and the problem number is 797. So the problem statement is saying you will be given with a directed acyclic graph, means that graph will not contain any cycle, and all the nodes are labeled from 0 to n minus 1, and you have to find all the paths from the node 0 to the node n minus 1. So here one example is there where four nodes are present. So we have to find all the paths from node 0 to 4 minus 1, that is the third node. So from 0 to 3 all the paths we have to find. So here if we see we have two paths from 0 to 3. One is 0 to 3 and one is 0 1 3. So the input will be given as a adjacency list format. So here actually for each and every index we can find all the nodes attached. Means for 0 if we see 1 and 2 is attached, for 1 node 3 is attached, for 2 the node 3 is attached, and for 3 there is no node, adjacent nodes. So we have to find the answer as 0 1 3 and 0 2 3. These are the two paths possible. Let's take another example. Here if you see it's a bigger graph, and here we have from nodes 0, 1, 3 to 4, and the adjacency list is given here. So we have to find all the paths from 0 to 4. So we can see one path is from 0 to 4 direct path. Then we can get from 0 3 4, then 0 1 3 4, 0 1 2 3 4, and 0 1 4. So these are all the possible paths from 0 to 4, and we have to return that as an answer.
So how we can solve this problem? So to traverse the graph, we have two options. Either we using BFS or DFS. So we will use the DFS technique to solve this problem. So what we can do is from 0, we can start and our goal is to reach 4. So you have to first check what are the adjacent node for 0. So that is 4, 3 and 1. So let's choose 1, sorry 4. Then what we can see is we can make it as visited. Then we can go to 4 and mark it as visited, and what we can see from here is 4 is my destination node, so I already reached the destination. So the first path we got is 0 to 4. Next what we have to do here is we have to uh, like this visited thing we have to unmark, okay, because we have to traverse back. So what we can do is we can mark it as not visited, and then we can proceed further. Then we can go for the next node. So next node which is adjacent is 3. So we can mark is at 3 as visited. From 3 we can check what are the adjacent nodes for 3. So that is 4. And we reach to our destination. So the next path we got as 0 3 4. So while coming back we can remove it as visited, and for 3 if there is no need other node to visit, then we can also mark it as unvisited. Then we can go to the another node, 4 and 3 is done, then 1, and mark it as visited. Now from 1, what are the adjacent nodes are present? That is 4, 3 and 2. Let's take the first one, 4. So we can mark it as 4 and we reach the destination. So we got another path 0, 1 and 4. Now we have to traverse back and we have to remove that, and then if we proceed again, then from 1, what are the adjacent nodes are left for visiting? That is 3 and 2. Let's pick 3 from here. So if you pick 3 from here, from 3 we have to check what are the adjacent nodes. So only 4 is present, so we have to traverse and we get the 4. So we get another path 0, 1, 3, 4. Now we have to come back, and from 3 there is no other adjacent nodes, so we have to remove. Then from 1 we have to again check. So already we visited 4, 3, then we have to visit 2. So from 2 where we can visit, only one node is present, that is 3. From 3 also one node is present, that is 4. So we got another part 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here if we come back also there is no other node left, then we can finish this operation. So this is one technique to solve this problem using DFS, and we have to make use of this visited array carefully, where we have to while traversing we have to mark them, and while coming back and searching for another path or another adjacent node, we have to make it as not visited. Okay, but one thing to notice here is if suppose the graph is big, and what we can notice from here is this node 3 we traverse lot of time, right? So if we know all the paths from 3 to 4, Then what we can do is from this node, when I am coming to 3, I can add this 2 with all the path from 3 to 4. Then only I can get the result, right? Suppose from 0 to 3 to 4 we traversed, and we know that from 3 to 4 only one path is exists, that is 3 to 4. When we traverse from 0 to 1 and again got 3, that time no need to calculate the path from 3 to 4. We can just only append this path with this path. Same case from 2 to 3 also. So we have to make sure that if we can kept this from this node to the source node, if we can kept it somewhere, so if it will come into my path, I can make use of this thing. So this is kind of dynamic programming where we will use the memoization technique to reduce the time complexity. We will fetch from our say cache that this path I already traversed, I know all the paths, so I can make use of it. So this technique we will see next. Now we will talk about like how we can take help of memoization or dynamic programming to solve this problem. So here is one graph. We have to visit from node 0 to 6 and we have to get all the paths. So from 0 we'll start, right? So from 0 we have to check what are the adjacent nodes are there. So this is 1, 3, 2 and 4. Let's take 1. Then from 1 I have to check what are the adjacent nodes. So we got only one node, that is 3. So we have to visit this node. Then from 3, what are the adjacent nodes? 4 and 5. Let's take the first one, 4. From 4, what are the adjacent nodes? Only one present, 6. And we reached our destination. Now, after reaching our destination, we have to again go to the previous node to check for any other path is present or not, right? So from here, what we can see is for 4, there is no other node going towards 6. So we have to update the number of paths and what are the paths from 4 to 6 like this. So we can see this is a list of list where we can get that from 4 to 6 only one path is present, that is 4 comma 6. As we know this result, if we have to again like come back to here, can we make use of this thing? Yes. What we can see is when from 0 to 4 will come, that time no need to calculate this part again, right? So we can take help of this part. So we can store it into some memoization map. So here I will store the result for 4 as a key and the path as the value. Now we have to go back to 3. So from 3, is there any adjacent node left to traverse? Yes, that is 5. So 5 we will visit. From 5, only one node we can visit, that is 6. And 6 is our target node. So we have visited 6. So what we can get it from here is from 5 to 6 only one path is present, that is 5 comma 6. So we can store it here also. Now from 3 we traverse all the nodes, so we can update the paths for 3 also. So this time we will get help of this 2 path, because if we append 3 to each and every path for 4 and 5, then only we'll get all the paths for 3. So the path for 3 will be, just if we append 3 here, that will be 3, 4, 6 and that will be 3, 5, 6. Two paths, 3, 4, 6 and 3, 5, 6. And we have to update it in the memoization map. Now you have to go back to 1 from where actually the call happened. For 1, is there anything left to traverse? No. 3 we already traversed. So for 1 also same thing. If we append 1 to this result, then it will become 1, 3, 4, 6 and 1, 3, 5, 6. And we have to store it here also. So from 1 actually 2 paths are present, 1, 3, 4, 6 and 1, 3, 5, 6. Now 1 we visited, for 0 we have to now choose another node. So let's take 2. So if we take 2 here, from 2 where we can go? We can go 3. This time we'll get the full advantage of this memoization technique, because we already know like from 3 to 6 how many ways we can traverse, right? So there is no need to do it again. So we can just append 2 to this result and we will get all the paths from 2 to 6, right? And we can update it here also in memoization map. Next, from 0, we traversed 1 and 2. Let's traverse 3. So if we pick 3, directly we got the advantage because we know from 3 to 6 how many ways are possible. So we have to just append 0 with 3, 4, 6 and 3, 5, 6, right? But for 0, we will not update yet because from 0, we have another node left to visit, right? So from 0, the last node remain to visit is 4, right? But what we can see from here is 4, I know like what are the paths present from 4 to 6. From this map we can get that one, right? So now we have to just append 0 in front of 4 and 6. So from 0 to 6 the path will be 0, 4, 6 via this route, right? And ultimately if we add 0 to all the result, we will get all the paths for 0. So it will be 0, 4, 6, then 0, 1, 3, 4, 6, 0, 1, 3, 5, 6, 0, 3, 4, 6, 0, 3, 5, 6, 0, 2, 3, 4, 6, 0, 2, 3, 5, 6. So all the paths will got from 0 to 6 and we can update it in the memoization map. So using this technique, we can easily find all the paths from 0 to 6. And obviously this memoization technique is helping us because we don't have to traverse again and again to find the same path. Now we'll see the coding for both.
So here is the DFS technique for that problem. So I have defined the main method where actually I'm passing this as a graph. Then in this method, what I'm doing is source and destination I'm defining. Then that boolean visited array I'm maintaining, and after that I am creating a path. So in that new path, what I am doing is we are adding the source as the first node, then we are calling the DFS util. So in the DFS util, if I am checking if source and destination is equal, then simply add it to the result. So result is actually list of integer. Okay, where actually what we have to return at the end, or else I am marking that particular node as visited, and then I am searching for its adjacent nodes, and if they are not visited, then I am adding them in the current path and I am growing that path and again calling a DFS util with that node. So what will happen is it will also go and check the same thing, and once it is done, then we have to remove that current path for check for the other path, and we have to mark it as like not visited also. So this is the like program about this DFS technique, and if we run this one, then we can get the result 04034 0134 and this one. So next we will check the like DP or memoization technique. So how we can improve the time complexity. Now I will quickly talk about the dynamic programming solution. So here this is the method given to me where one graph is passed. So I have defined some global variable because these variables will be needed when I have to recursively call the function, so I can directly access them. So this target field, graph and the node path map I have defined. And we have to call this recursive function first starting with the node 0. So when actually we'll start with the node 0, so that time I will first check like if in the node path map for the node 0 all the paths are defined or not. Obviously it will be not defined because first time I'm calling this, and obviously the current node is not equal to the target node. So we have to check for the adjacent nodes for that current node, and for that particular node, so for each and every node I have to call this recursive function again. Okay, and it will take me to the destination before coming back in the call stack. So after getting all the path, what you have to do is the current node I have to connect with the underlying nodes. Suppose for 1, 3 and 4, if I get the result for 3, I have to just connect 1 with all the paths from 3 to 4, right? So this is the same thing I am doing here. So new path dot add, I have to add the current node, then I have to add all the path which I got from my adjacent nodes, and that I have to put in the result. So that way from bottom to top we are moving by collecting all the paths and accumulating and then adding it to the previous node, and we are proceeding like that. And each and every time we are when for one node all the adjacent nodes are traversed, so the path, all the path I am storing in a map, which is my memoization map, which can I use. Okay, so this is all about the program. So if you can go through it, then you can understand more. And when the current node will be equal to the target node, that time I am just putting into the path, and I am putting in the result array also, and I am returning. Okay, now let's submit it. Yeah, this is working. Thanks for watching.